Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm Ram Krishnan. I'm the head of customer success here at Aera Technology. Today, it is my distinct pleasure to discuss decision automation in procurement at Merck Animal Health. I have a special guest today, Tara King. As an associate director at Merck and Company, Tara has a strong track record of driving change and operational excellence throughout her career. She has developed extensive expertise in decision support, business analytics, and Lean Six Sigma. This unique combination of skills enables Tara to lead process redesign, automation, and data-driven strategies. In her current role, Tara's ability to leverage data for procurement strategies has led to significant advancements in cost management, data-driven decisions, and process simplification. Welcome to the session, Tara.
Thank you very much, Ram, for the warm welcome. Really excited to be here today to share with everyone a little bit of our journey with Aera.
Fantastic. Let's dive in. Perhaps you could warm us up by giving a background on a little bit of a background around Merck Animal Health.
Absolutely. So Merck Animal Health is a division of Merck and Company Incorporated, and we are a global healthcare leader that's unified around our purpose of leveraging leading edge science to save and improve lives, both human and animal, around the world. We work with customers in greater than 150 markets to deliver broad-based healthcare solutions. Additionally, we demonstrate our commitment to increasing access to healthcare through far-reaching policies, programs, and partnerships to help people and animals around the world lead healthier lives. For example, in animal health, we recently reached a significant milestone of donating 5 million Novavax rabies vaccines through our AFIA program. A little more detail around Merck Animal Health specifically. We provide vaccines, antiparasitics, anti-infectives, reproduction management, pharmaceutical specialties, digitally connected products, and innovative animal health solutions such as pet recovery and livestock data management tools. We have locations in more than 50 countries, but market our products in more than 150 countries. Additionally, we have a strong network of manufacturing and R&D facilities.
That's phenomenal. 50 countries, 150 markets. How big you are? It's amazing to see that this industry, the animal care industry, has so much research, so much innovations, and so much so much going on. So how big are you?
So it is really an exciting industry to be a part of. As an example of how large we are, our biopharma side of the business has about 27 manufacturing sites, while our animal health technology solutions is approximately 25, depending upon how you count them. And we are probably just over 10,000 employees globally.
That's big for us. Of course, there's a lot of procurement going on there.
Yes, so a lot of procurement.
With that, maybe you can share, where you began, your journey with Aera in procurement and where you are here today. Of course, you are our lighthouse customer. So I have, always a pleasure in working with you. But maybe you give us a little bit about the journey.
Absolutely. So Animal Health was an early adopter of FusionOps platform in 2015. Initially, like many companies, we focused on dashboards, data visualization, and really just being able to compile different kinds of data in a meaningful way. As time progressed and Aera skill functionality became available, we started to build business processes within Aera, such as our on-time and full root cause analysis and standard cost setting, where we could see the value of digital processes and the business analytics available in the Aera platform. The end of 2021 was a very dynamic time, and many groups started to get established to help drive transformation, automation, and enabling the idea of the self-driving platform. It was truly a tipping point for animal health global supplier management. In 2022, we were excited to receive approval for a proof of value to experiment with automation and the touchless PO capability. With the success of the POV, we developed a full business case to digitize the end-to-end contract manufacturing process. I will go into more details later in the presentation. But during 2023, the team worked in an agile sprint fashion and is in the process of deploying a user-friendly solution in a modern portal to approximately 25 internal contract manufacturing organization colleagues and greater than 100 external key strategic partners globally.
Wonderful. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the capabilities that you have deployed.
Yeah, no, this is some exciting stuff for us. So the contract manufacturing organization team launched a pilot of the CMO direct procurement skill, introducing Aera to help us address a large number of issues, to bring in automation to address our planning shortfalls and improve our communication, analytics, and reporting in the contract manufacturing organization space. For animal health, this is a really key strategic area because it brings different products directly from the CMOs to the commercial market. So to go into more detail regarding the work with the CMO team, our intent was to develop a comprehensive, streamlined control tower, an externally facing supplier dashboard, collaboration portal to enable one version of the truth for forecast, inventory, and capacity, and to enable touchless purchase order capability.
That's a lot of capabilities on procurement.
Yes, it's a huge shift for them. And like many transformation projects, the first challenge we needed to tackle was to understand the current state process and what would need to be true to enable a digital solution that addressed as many pain points as possible in the day-to-day work. We started with the foundation of cleaning up master data, redesigning roles and responsibilities, reimagining how information would be shared between Merck and our key strategic partners, and in general, how the day-to-day operations would run. The team thought outside the box to take our manual systems, disjointed data, and outdated processes into a modern, user-friendly portal and streamlined ways of working by leveraging SAP and Aera.
Fantastic. I mean, this is truly end-to-end thinking.
So, and the outcome of that was really a significant decrease in the volume of data sharing through email, exporting and manipulating data in Excel, having multiple meetings to ensure alignment, and manual purchase order and forecast management. And we were able to transform that to a system where we will have one version of the truth via Aera, including sharing of information and communications, PO and forecast management. Additionally, suppliers will no longer have to wait for business review meetings to understand their performance. They will have a real-time dashboard that can be accessed as needed. These innovations have had a significant impact on the contract manufacturing organization team, moving them from a very manual way of working to a digitized end-to-end process.
I'm sure the concept of value is an undercurrent behind all this. Could you share, what kind of benefits anticipated or actuals? If you can share a little bit about the value equation, that'll be great.
Absolutely. So I have a couple of slides here just to highlight that. The one main statistic that I want you to take away from this one is by doing what we just described, we will automate 63% of the total contract manufacturing organization team's manual transactional processes. We will also introduce write back from Aera into SAP, which was a huge advancement. The level of effort that it took to have Aera GXP validated was significant, and we realized we needed a separate work stream to help bring the proper level of focus to achieve that goal. However, the return on investment definitely outweighs the level of effort required to make that happen. And just to give a flavor of the 63% of transactions that are being automated, here is a sample list of tasks and functions that I'm talking about. It spans everything from planning, confirmations, administration, and reporting. And again, just to call out, one of the mantras that we kept in mind was machines doing the work while being guided by Animal Health Global Supplier Management.
I like that. That's our tagline too.
Yes. And lastly, just to really sort of drive this point home, the business systems and process improvement team has been laser focused on taking tactical work out of the system. And by leveraging Aera, robotics process automation, SAP functionality that we just never really took advantage of in the past, we're enabling $26 million of value creation and conservatively taking 55,000 hours of tactical manual work out of the day-to-day operations. Our hyperautomation team has developed a standard format for these calculations that includes both hours and the cost avoidance.
I mean, that's the few things, right? One is definitely you're removing, what you call as tactical work, which is kind of time consuming. That also frees me up to do real account management, strategic contract management, setting up terms correctly, right? Optimizing for working capital. I mean, this frees up time so
Absolutely.
that our purchases and purchasing managers can focus on strategic things and bring in more free cash flows into the company. I can see totally how this expands further. This is a fantastic journey. So go ahead, Tara. You were about to say something.
No, and I was just going to add, that's really one of the ways that we talk about it from a change management standpoint too, which we'll talk about it in a few slides, is really that's what's in it for me.
Yeah. Where are you taking this? You come this far. What's next steps for you?
All right. So next steps is we really hope to be able to continue to keep pushing and keep automating routine decisions, improve the recommendations, and be able to move faster and deliver greater value. With the anticipated success of the work that we're doing with the CMO team, we are starting to evaluate other categories of spend or other markets where we would be able to leverage what we built with the CMO team to automate the work that they're doing. And then in 2025 and beyond, we would like to have automated the top decisions, have much improved recommendations, and seeing our people actively guiding the processes and not driving the work. Of course, as we build momentum, we really hope to be able to shrink this timeline significantly. But this is sort of the roadmap that we had originally put in place.
So I'll as we are coming towards the final stretch here, I want to ask two questions. First question is, there's definitely a change management aspect here, right? When you introduce a technology, you're creating a barrier between the user, me, and my task. And there is, definitely we need to actively talk about adoption. What are your thoughts, going through this journey and continuing this journey? What are your thoughts on change management and adoption?
Yes. So not spending time to develop a strategy realization and change management plan could be the downfall of your project if you don't focus on that. Things like sponsorship alignment, risk management, communications, training, monitoring the adoption with both installation and realization indicators are all activities equally, if not more important than the digital solution itself. If people continue to work in the old way of doing things and not adopt the change, you might as well spent the money on something else. So we're lucky in the fact that Merck has two tools to support change management. One is the strategy realization framework that you see on this page, and the other is our ways of working, which I'll talk about in a moment. Our strategy realization framework consists of many resources that can be used as fit-for-purpose toolbox based on the size and the complexity of the initiative that you're working on. Our team leveraged many of the tools because this is a significant change. In terms of looking at the potential risks that we had with the CMO team and the suppliers, what is the impact on the change in terms of day-to-day operations and possible strategies to mitigate those potential pitfalls. We looked at that for communications and training, as well as really thinking through what the KPI dashboard needed to be so that we can ensure proper movement up that change curve.
What's amazing about this journey and the framework you put together is you're beginning with the end in mind, and you have a path towards productization so that innovations don't get, there is a clear cutoff saying, okay, are we going forward or not? If you're going forward, you have a full playbook to take it all the way through
Yes.
to the business, to the value, as opposed to let's try this, let's go try something. Yeah, I really like this comprehensive approach, pretty diligent and thorough. The other thing I want to add here is from a team and competency perspective, you also have I don't want to call it center of excellence, but you have a team that is, that went through Aera training, that went through, that are actively using Aera developers to build capabilities and recommendations, over time as well. So you've invested in learning Aera developer and deploying that in productive use as well.
Yeah, I'm really lucky from a business systems and process improvement perspective. We have a couple of people on the team who are not full Aera developers, but they can do a lot of things in Aera. And when we get to a particular point, we can engage the Aera development team. And we also have somebody who specializes in change management, communications, and training. So bringing all of that expertise together to support this project really help to be able to drive a robust solution when you put that together with the subject matter experts from the CMO team.
Very good, very good. So to close off, to wrap up, what is some of your pointers, that, tips and advice, if you may, for our audience and as well as other prospective customers that are watching us?
Absolutely. So a couple of things from what we learned on our journey perspective. One is a process rarely operates as people think it does. People don't always know what they don't know. And so if we leveraged process mining software to validate our current state and future state of working, as well as really to understand where we deviate from the process and how we could pull it back to sort of that happy path. The test, document, test, validate, and test again was really something that, we learned along the way. We started to get better at that because a few times we thought we had the right solution. And then as we started to talk to people in another region, as an example, you sort of learned another nuance to how they were working. So really taking the time to make sure you're getting the feedback and understand how to mitigate any of the risks that you see will help decrease the amount of rework that you have to do post go live. The middle one, failure is okay, right?
That's my favorite.
You will likely fail. We always joke that you will use the hit the head on the brick wall emoji multiple times, but it's okay. You keep going. And so if you try to keep that growth mindset at the forefront of what you're doing and really, think about this is hard work. This is stuff that people haven't done before. And sometimes you're going to take 2 steps forward and feel like you're taking 10 steps back, but it's all part of the process when you're working with a new digital solution or anything else that's considered to be a little bit innovative. So just keep going.
That's amazing.
The fourth one, leverage all the resources available. So generally you'll find that subject matter experts, in my case, within procurement, within automation, are amazing. They like the opportunity to give feedback and contribute. Find who your people are, leverage them, and that will make life easier. And lastly, use finance to help validate the value. It could be more than you think, but it also will give you more confidence when you're speaking to senior leaders and saying, hey, if we make this investment, this is the benefit that I can give. So it just helps give you that confidence in selling your idea and what the return on investment can be.
I like these 5 points. I should send this to my daughter as well. You don't know what you don't know. Test. Failure is okay. Leverage the expertise and use mommy to validate value.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal. Tara, this has been wonderful. and as clear as it can get. Thank you very much for your time today. It's pleasure to talk to you always, and I'm sure there'll be questions from our audience. We'll, on the chat box, we'll definitely address that. Again, thank you very much for this, and I hope everyone took away something about decision automation and procurement.
Yeah, no, thanks, Ram. Hopefully people found it useful. We are still very much in a learning mode and excited for what's to come.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.